Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Anna Dives podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we're talking about finding out who you are and standing out online. I'm your host, Anna Dives, and this is the Anna Dives podcast. Let me first talk about the webinar that we had, the one about standing out online and growing your audience. Woo! That was amazing. And if you missed out, let me not make you feel any worse. Just click the link below and watch the replay. Watch the replay and get to see everything we were able to discuss. You might just get lucky and access some of those free resources, okay? And get to hear about the next amazing course that I'll talk about in the end as well, this podcast. So, I don't know if you feel me, but when you started out online, did you feel like an imposter? Did you feel like, do I really have the authority to talk about this? Do I really, like, will people really like me and like my content? Like, what do I know? Me, I'll be honest with you guys. I felt that a lot. I had so much imposter syndrome online, and I was afraid to put videos out there because I wasn't sure people will like me. I wasn't sure I have the voice for talking online. In fact, let me tell you guys, this podcast took me 3 years. 3 years to actually launch a podcast. In fact, the other day I was listening to the first episode that I did in 2018, and I was laughing because I was breathing into the microphone. I was so nervous. And now I'm looking at the journey, and the one thing I'm thinking is, I don't care anymore. What else can I say? I've grown, but I'm not so bothered anymore about what people think, because I think that's the first thing that hinders you from showing up as yourself online. You need to go and listen to the last episode with Kit. What a high energy episode. I loved it. Go and listen to that and just see how Kit shows up as herself. And it's not that, I'm trying to please everybody. I know not everybody will like you. Listen, you may be the ripest peach on earth, but you'll still find people who don't like peaches. That's just how it is. Just show up as you. So how do you figure out who you are and what makes you stand out online? A lot of people say, I want to be an influencer, or I want to start a business in, say, doing cupcakes. And then they'll say, but there are so many people doing cupcakes online. Let me not do it. I don't get it. I don't get that at all. What are you talking about? Who has you? Who is you? Who has your personality? Who has your creativity, your gift? Let me tell you, somebody else will try and show up as me, do a podcast saying exactly what I'm saying, but ain't nobody got a sauce, the Anna Dive sauce. It won't be the same. It won't be the same. It's not, you are special, and me, I'm special. So when you have that product, the first thing is to first identify who you're going to show up as. So find your unique voice. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, sometimes you feel like I really don't know who I am. I don't know who my voice is. And especially if you didn't grow up being encouraged to show up as you a lot. And I want to recognize that it's not easy. A lot of households I find, especially in the African setting, kids don't talk when they're adults, or, don't shout, don't say too much, like relax. There's a lot of that, like, just calm down, don't say too much. And especially, I think it's worse for women. I think it's worse for us girls. You can't speak before either your big sister talks or Siju who talks. I mean, there's so many little taboos and dogmas that keep us from having our true voice. And I can tell you, it's such a liberating experience when you start to find that unique voice. And this is what will happen when you find that. And this is how you'll know you have your unique voice. You'll get haters. You know you have arrived when you have haters. When people come, when you have trolls, and people come and say, what makes you say that? Who do you think you are? Things like that. Imagine, you're finding your voice. Okay, obviously not saying things that are outrightly vulgar or insulting other people. It's just you're sharing your content, you're sharing your unique content, you're sharing your unique product, but you're using your voice and your story. Okay, and another powerful thing about figuring out who you are online is also sharing your story and sharing your journey. You have no idea how the audience loves to connect with the human behind the story. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you go through Instagram and you're like, okay, I'm so tired of this. Everybody shares their highlight reel, their highlights of their life. Me, I love it. I love the content creators who also share like their messy bits, because I think I do that as well. They share the messy reality of their life, the messy reality of business, the messy reality of products going wrong, and they share it and they share their human stories. There's such healing that happens when you're able to share your story, and that takes guts. A lot of guts. Say, for instance, you're doing a skincare product, right? And you started your skincare product because you went through really bad skin issues when you're growing up. So let's say you are a teen and you had such bad acne and you used to get teased a lot and people used to pick on you, and like it created such self-esteem issues and insecurities. Then you decided, you know what, I was able to actually heal my acne through ABCD step process, CTM, cleanse, tone, moisturize, whatever, and these are the products that worked. And so you decided to start an online store, for skincare products. It's not enough to just go online and just sell us products. Anybody can do that. But it's so powerful when I visit your page and I see your story. I see your transformation. You even have on your website a whole about me, that journey, because it's your own journey. Let me tell you, nobody else has it. That's one thing nobody can steal from you. People can steal your ideas. They can steal your design, your branding. Let them steal. But they'll never have your journey and your story. So that's one way you can really stand out online, by sharing your story and finding your unique voice. Okay? Then another one is to really just connect with the emotions of your audience. What are their emotions? Where are they at, currently? How are you able to speak to the place they are at? Okay, and it takes a lot of engagement. I'm sorry for those that think content creation is just an easy job. Even selling online, it takes a lot of content creating. Let me tell you my shoot days, and here's another smart strategy I'll share. Think about just having one, at most 2 shoot days a week. If you're trying to shoot every single day and content create every single day, and you're not working with a content planning tool or a calendar, you're going to burn out. I kid you not, you're going to burn out. And the worst thing, and I think Instagram and maybe all the other social platforms, they'll punish you for not being consistent. That's just how the algorithm works. You try it. Go on your stories, Instagram or Facebook, and be consistent, like say 3 days. You'll notice your numbers are really good. Take a break for 2-3 days. I'm telling you, going back up to those numbers is really difficult. So, and I used to create every day, and I found I got so tired that I would go even 2-3 days without posting anything meaningful. And I noticed my engagement was so low and my page suffered, and I wasn't selling as much as I should be selling. I had my planted kitchen. For those that don't know my story, I had my planted kitchen. That's the first business I founded in 2017, and I've been selling online guides and digital ebooks and courses as well, and challenges, group coaching. So my business suffered because of that lack of engagement. So connect to the emotions of the audience, and work with a content planning tool to help you stay consistent, okay? The next thing is also to create meaningful conversations. Listen, boss babes and bosses, lip syncing and dancing all the time is it's not everything, right? Like, you need to create meaningful conversations. It's one thing just to walk down with that nice outfit. It's another thing to ask, hey guys, how can I serve you better? Hey guys, here's a thing I came across that I think will be so useful to you, and I'm offering it for free. Here it is. It's a different ballgame. And that's why if you look at my channel, if you look at how I do my content, I do a mix. I do a mix of meaningful conversations, so reels where people actually hear my voice and I'm talking about something meaningful, say for instance, online security for teens and kids and young adults. If you look at my reels, you'll see I do a mix of meaningful conversations where people actually hear my voice, and I think through the content to make sure that it's really serving my audience, and then the fun, dancing and lip syncing kind of thing. So think about doing a mix, because it's not just entertainment and showbiz every day. You have to create meaningful conversations and engagement so that your audience feels served. You're here to serve them. And if you think of service, it becomes very easy to sell. Because me, I'm thinking, I'm serving you. Like, what I'm offering is really going to better your life. So when I think of it that way, it becomes easy to sell online. So we're going to take a quick break and talk about my next course that is coming up in May. And this course, I think, is really amazing for anybody who is starting out to, monetize their passion. They want to monetize their passion. They want to set up an online business, or they want to take their business online. I think this course will be such a game changer. And this course is called the A to Z of building an online business. Everything you need to know from the start to finish of building your online business or brand, right? And we are going to go through a 6-step process, because it's for 6 weeks, just 6 weeks. You're going to commit maybe at least 2 to 3 hours per week, every week for 6 weeks, to learn how you can start to take your brand online, how you can grow your brand online, how you can grow as an influencer or content creator. It's really amazing. And I have other experts coming on to that course, guys who really know digital marketing. Okay, so I know my area, but I believe in collaborating. So I'll have a branding expert on board. I'm going to have a digital strategist on board, and I'm going to have a personal branding person on board to really give you amazing content in this course. So this course starts in May. I'm going to share more details in the link below, so you can actually register and do this as a community. All right. So here's another thing I think you could do for your brand to help you stand out online is to align yourself with other influential content creators or people within the same space of your brand. So if you're a photographer, identify other photographers online who are doing really well and start aligning yourself with them. It becomes really hard to grow when you're just in your own cocoon over there in the internet. It becomes really hard. You have to collaborate, because you have to leverage on their audiences as well. You have to leverage on their knowledge. How did they grow their pages? How did they stand out? Start to learn from other people within the same space as you are. And then keep the content churning consistently. We've already talked about that. Consistency is key. When you start and then you stop and then you start explaining to people, I had to take a break and come back. People don't care about that. We just care about consistency. Like, just keep showing up and keep giving good quality content. And it's not about the cameras. You can use your phone, but the content is so valuable that it keeps people coming back. Okay? So consistency. Again, I'm going to talk about not speaking to everyone. You can't speak to everyone. You'll be speaking to no one. So speak to somebody repel the people that are not meant for you. And I told you, you know you've arrived. When you have haters, you know you've arrived. Finally, remember, people remember how you make them feel and not what you said. So you can sell shoes, right? But you create content around shoes that just makes me feel, maybe you're selling Converse and you create content around those Converse that makes me think of my Ngoma days. I don't know if you guys wore Ngoma when you're growing up. Gen Z, you're not understanding this one. But it makes me remember of my days wearing Ngoma and being young and hip. It's about that. And so I remember your brand because you made me feel that way, right? So remember these tips. I hope you found this amazingly useful. Again, keep sharing this content. It will really, really benefit somebody who's struggling to grow online and they don't know what to do. And these are just simple tips. Again, remember, the A to Z of growing your online brand course is now on. It's available for registration. Click the link below and join in because it's just really going to be amazing. You get to be part of a community. You get to learn from other experts and be a game changer for your online business or online brand. Again, as usual, I want to give a shout out to the team that made this possible. Outbox Ventures for their videography and editing and all the production. We've got Bespoke Agency for helping us get the guests and the content. I want to thank Pendeza the Closet for this amazing look. I love it. I want to thank Black Athena for the makeup. And finally, iHub for allowing us to shoot at their office location on Galana Road. Again, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and let's meet here again next week.